Hello everyone, welcome to my bold and beautiful update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap, Feb 17 to 21. Carter and Finn's guilt takes over. The bold and the beautiful recaps for February 17 to 21 covers a week of big feelings, a whole lot of tears, and so much more in Los Angeles. Monday, February 17, 2025. At Forrester Creations, Ridge Thorsten Kaye confronted Carter Lawrence St. Victor about his betrayal, reminding him of the damage he had caused by taking over the company. Ridge accused him of stealing from his own family, betraying his best friend, and ruining relationships. Carter, however, insisted he was protecting the company rather than harming it. Ridge criticized Carter for sacrificing everything for a woman who only turned to him when she needed something. Carter justified his actions by claiming he had dreamed of taking control from those who mismanaged the company. Ridge saw a man consumed by fear and guilt, warning Carter that his actions would eventually destroy him. Meanwhile, Hope, Annika Noel, expressed frustration to Brooke, Catherine Kelly Lang, about the ongoing conflict. She believed Carter had done the right thing, despite his guilt, and insisted that Ridge and Steffi, Jacqueline Massinswood, had always dismissed him. Brooke sympathized with Carter's internal struggle and pointed out that he had destroyed his friendship with Ridge. Hope, however, was determined to stand by Carter, refusing to let Ridge manipulate his emotions. She believed they were finally changing the toxic culture at Forrester Creations and couldn't let guilt stand in the way of progress. Brooke, however, questioned whether Carter could truly be happy if he couldn't even face himself in the mirror. At the Forrester mansion, Steffi remained determined to reclaim the company, convinced that Carter's recent success would make it harder for him to change course. Send Dylan Demetz observed that while everyone seemed conflicted about the takeover, Hope remained celebratory, seemingly oblivious to the tension. Meanwhile, in the main office, Ridge and Carter continued their confrontation. Ridge reminded Carter of their long-standing friendship, questioning how he could betray him so easily. As emotions ran high, Carter finally admitted that he missed their friendship and considered Ridge a brother. Overcome with emotion, he embraced Ridge, who hesitated before returning the hug. At that moment, Hope walked in, stunned to find the two men in tears. Tuesday, February 18, 2025. At Forrester, Hope was shocked to find Carter and Ridge embracing after Ridge had helped Carter tend to his injured hand. Carter expressed regret over how their friendship was affected, but Ridge responded curtly when Hope asked why he was there, remarking on the company's changes since his departure. Meanwhile, Brooke and Katie discussed the challenges of Brooke's new role as CEO, which felt like a balancing act. They both noted how Hope was the only one truly celebrating the jewelry launch, and Brooke lamented that Ridge should have been there to share in the success. Steffi, Taylor, and Zend continued to discuss the tensions surrounding the takeover. Steffi believed that Brooke only cared about herself and her family, and she expressed skepticism that Brooke would try to stop Hope. However, Taylor still held out hope that Brooke could appeal to her daughter's sense of decency. Meanwhile, Ridge confronted Hope about her involvement in the company's takeover, insisting that it would ultimately lead to disaster. Hope fired back, claiming that Ridge and his daughter had made the workplace toxic and accusing him of never supporting powerful women. Later, Brooke and Ridge had a tense conversation where she implored him to return to the family and the company. She admitted that she only took the CEO position to help Carter, and if he returned, she would gladly step down. Despite her pleas, Ridge remained firm in his stance, accusing Hope of manipulating Carter and turning the company into something unrecognizable. As he left, he pointed out that Carter's success had been built on ill-gotten gains. Alone, Hope tried to reassure Carter, who seemed conflicted about the situation, as the tension between all parties continued to mount. Wednesday, February 19, 2025. Brooke urged Ridge to return to Forrester, insisting that both he and Eric belonged there. She emphasized that Ridge also belonged at home with her, not with Taylor. She assured him that she didn't care about the CEO position and would willingly give it up for him. At the same time, Steffi and Taylor speculated about Ridge's whereabouts. Steffi received a text from Finn, informing her that he was working another double shift. She expressed disappointment, noting that they hadn't truly connected since their anniversary. Taylor reassured her that Finn was dedicated and dependable. As for Finn, he sat alone in his office, looking at photos of Steffi and Luna. He resolved to tell Steffi the truth about Luna. Meanwhile, in the wardrobe area, Zend and Daphne speculated about Ridge's return to the office, finding it even more surprising that he was with Brooke. Daphne doubted that Steffi and Taylor would be pleased with this development. Daphne Rose grabbed her phone and called Steffi with all the office gossip. While Steffi was certain that Brooke had cornered Ridge, Taylor remained confident in Ridge's commitment to her, suspecting that Brooke was pleading for him to return. Back in the design room, Ridge confronted Brooke about Hope's role in the company's upheaval. He accused her of using Carter to get what she wanted, calling it unforgivable. Although Brooke admitted that Hope had made mistakes, she defended her daughter's actions, insisting that she only wanted support. Ridge, however, remained adamant that Hope needed to be held accountable. When Brooke professed her love for him and insisted they belonged together, Ridge gave her a sad look and walked away. Hope and Carter discussed Ridge's influence. Carter admitted that he felt guilty about taking over the company, while Hope encouraged him not to waver, arguing that Ridge and Steffi had mistreated them and didn't deserve control. Hope urged Carter to stand his ground, refusing to yield to Ridge's demands. She declared that Forrester Creations was theirs now and vowed not to let Ridge dictate the terms of his return. Thursday, February 20, 2025. Poppy, Romy Park, rushed into Finn's office, and he wasted no time warned her that he was planning to tell Steffi that Luna was his daughter. Poppy pointed out that Finn had been working tirelessly to avoid the conversation, which Finn admitted. He expressed his frustration with the situation, believing that dishonesty had led them here. He also reflected on how different Luna's life could have been if he had been involved. But Poppy had never wanted to disrupt his life. Poppy worried about the potential consequences of Finn telling Steffi the truth, questioning whether it would break his marriage. But Finn was determined to be honest, believing it was the right thing to do. He left to tell Steffi the truth, though unsure of the outcome. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, Steffi and Liam, Scott Clifton, were discussing Kelly's schedule and co-parenting. Liam brought up how close they had come to losing Kelly due to Luna, which caused Steffi to reflect on the traumatic experiences. She made it clear that she hoped never to encounter Luna again. As they talked, Liam admitted he felt lost and out of sync with his expectations, especially since he and Steffi were no longer together. He confessed that his birthday had been a reminder of how different things were compared to what he had imagined. Steffi and Liam shared a quiet moment when she presented him with a homemade cookie and a candle. Make a wish, Liam. Later, as Finn arrived home, Steffi welcomed him with a kiss, but Finn was preoccupied, wondering how to tell her the truth about Luna. At Bill's place, Luna struggled with her situation, feeling trapped by her ankle monitor and her past actions. She expressed guilt for her past behavior, particularly towards Steffi, and was frustrated with her confinement. Bill reminded her that she couldn't take risks and needed to change. Luna admitted she longed for a life outside the constraints of her current reality, but she knew her family would never accept her back if she didn't prove she had changed. Friday, February 21, 2025. At the Cliff House, Steffi expressed her happiness that Finn was home, but he seemed weighed down by something. She asked about the big news he had been meaning to share, and Finn revealed that it was life-changing, something from his past. Steffi immediately thought it might involve a patient, but Finn explained that it was personal. He then shared that the news involved a woman from his past, someone Steffi had met. He hesitated before admitting it was Poppy, his aunt. Steffi was shocked, and Finn explained that when he was 18, he had been involved with Poppy. Steffi was horrified, and Finn expressed how difficult it had been for him to deal with this hidden part of his life. Oh, and that wasn't all. He had an even bigger secret to share. At the hospital, Poppy had a moment of emotional vulnerability, and Lai noticed her distress. Poppy admitted that she wasn't physically sick, but was struggling emotionally, particularly due to Luna's situation. Lai tried to offer her support, expressing regret for not being there for her sister in the past, especially after the tragic events that led to Finn's strained relationship with his cousin. At Il Giardino, Sheila Kimberlyn Brown had an unexpected encounter with Remy, Christian Weissman, who was hoping to get his job back. Sheila was initially reluctant to offer him help, but after some conversation, she suggested he take on the name Dario to gain Bill's favor. Remy, intrigued by the opportunity, agreed. Back at Bill's house, Remy came home with him to fix the S/C and was paid a generous sum. As he readies to work, Luna appeared, and they had a brief exchange before Remy recalled her being involved in a double homicide. Luna nervously explained that she was indeed the intern, and Remy seemed stunned by the revelation.